Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. More often than not, I find myself in a position of having to call out bad actors and fake game peddlers more than anything else. It's a dirty job, and one that can potentially sour one quite easily. I've even seen my own behavior turn rather foul from time to time due to these fake game hawkers and scammers, and have it affect both my attitudes towards people in the comments section, on social media, and even within my videos themselves. And even though I do tend to be right, even if my facts are sometimes poorly delivered or not presented appropriately, I won't deny that my attitude in relation to some of these situations still leaves much to be desired. You all deserve professionalism and an adherence to a higher standard, and sometimes I fall short of that goal. And it was in this particular situation that I almost fell prey to that same rote standard of find bad actor doing bad things and eviscerate them. However, I came across something that gave me pause. Something that made me realize that once again I had begun falling into the trap of allowing zeal to get the better of me, of allowing an excitement to present something more to my viewers override my good sense, investigatory skills, and deductive reasoning. Looking back, I've seen a couple of recent videos showing this same trend, and identifying that, the thought of producing substandard content gave me pause, and I'm glad that it did. But before we go any further, let me present to you what was found, and I'll provide my own impressions, and hopefully you will all be able to form your own opinions in this matter. Now, the game on your screen currently is called Mankind Defender. It is an exceptionally generic hack and slash by Dev4Play. Now, under normal circumstances, I would simply review this game, and to be honest, if this game cost $1 as opposed to its $2 asking price, I wouldn't think anything of it. It does well enough in that regard, maintains an internal consistency, consists of multiple levels and levels of difficulty, has a leveling and upgrade system, and for a $1 title, I honestly would not really have any difficulty recommending the game for that price tag. Now, for its current $2 price tag, I would say make your own judgment call, as I know the value of $1 differs greatly from person to person. Now, the reason why I had originally come at this particular developer and had planned on putting them squarely into the Dirty Devs category was due to information that came to light in 2016, where the developer was apparently found to be guilty of posting fake reviews of their games on the Steam Storefront. Those games were War Truck Simulator, which was actually covered by Nerdcubed in July of 2016, Rover the Dragon Slayer, Tower Defense Ultimate, and MTB Downhill Simulator. Apparently, Valve caught wind of what Dev4Play were doing and gave them the boot, nuking their games from the Steam Storefront. However, thanks to Valve's new Steam Direct, it would seem that these particular developers managed to simply pay their way back on, re-releasing their games with the original release date even stated on their Steam pages, but most of these games are set to actually come out in early January, two of which are set to come out in a couple of days, and Mankind Defender, as you can guess, has been released already. In addition to Mankind Defender, we have War Truck Simulator, the same game reviewed by Nerdcubed, Professional Off-Road Transport Simulator, which lists a release date of Q1 2018, Fallen Mage, a top-down fantasy combat set to release on January 2nd, and Frozen Drift Race, which is also set to release on January 2nd. Now, normally I would launch into a tirade about the anti-consumer nature of posting fake reviews and how this developer deserves to be lambasted and called out for trying to sneak their way back onto the Steam Storefront unnoticed. For good measure, I would also call out Valve for their own Steam Direct further compounding these issues by allowing people that even they didn't want to do business with anymore back onto the Steam Storefront by merely paying the laughably small $100 recoupable entrance fee. However, as I alluded just a few minutes ago, these developers did something that gave me pause and made me wonder whether or not they were in earnest, and if so, would they be deserving to return to a professional digital distribution storefront for their titles? Now, in the news area for Mankind Defender, the developer posted a statement that, while not outright admitting they had gotten booted from Steam for fake reviews, did allude to the fact that they had a member or members of their team that had caused some problems for them previously. One can surmise that what they are saying, without actually saying it, was that they had fired or otherwise distanced themselves from the people that posted the fake reviews and are putting their games back onto the Steam Storefront. They have even offered free keys to the new uploads of the games for those Steam accounts that had purchased the previous versions. While in many circumstances this could be considered an empty gesture, as even when a developer is removed by Valve, those who have bought those games can still download and re-download them at will, it would be of a benefit if these developers were to release any updates or bug fixes for their games. Plus, this is a far more gracious attitude from these developers than we tend to see with asset flippers or other fake game peddlers. Now, I haven't seen any indication that they had ever previously or currently engaged in any of the negative behavior that typify the standard asset flipper, and given this, I'm willing to entertain the possibility at least that Dev4Play might actually be on the level. And this reminds me that giving credit where it's due works in more ways than one. Yes, call out negative behaviors, asset flippers, and dirty devs, but we should also remember to keep an open mind. After all, it's always great to see a redemption story happen, and goodness knows we all make mistakes every once in a while. I myself make plenty of them. So please do take this information for what it's worth. For good or ill, Dev4Play will be someone that I will be keeping my eye on. Hopefully, in a month or two, I will be able to come back and offer them praise for continued good efforts and positive actions. But as always, please do let me know what you think about this situation down in the comments below. Now, if you like what I do here on this channel, then consider hitting those like and share buttons, and I hear that subscribe button is becoming increasingly popular. If you would like to help me take my channel to the next level, then maybe consider donating $1 on Patreon. Doing so grants you special access to the limited areas in my Discord channel, as well as access to our monthly Patreon AMA. Thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon. Your continued support makes this channel's existence possible. Special thanks to the 20 and Up Club. Their names are listed in the description of every video. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.